Hi, I work for WPTV. We're just trying to figure out what happened to Shanquella. Any comments? Reporters who have had the chance to meet one of the Cabo Six revealed to the public that when faced with questions, she ran away. As people nationwide continue to push for answers in the death of Shanquella Robinson, the journey to find those answers made some reporters go from Charlotte to High Point. WTV arrived in High Point around 4:30 p.m. on Monday to find one of the friends who was reportedly inside the hotel room with Robinson on August 29. From the information we've gathered online, turns out the suspect was allies. Hyatt and the team waited until she clocked off work before they approached her around 5:00 p.m. We haven't talked to any of the friends. Their numbers have been either disconnected, no one's answering at their home addresses. So we just simply want to know again what happened to Shanquella. This is how their conversation went. Hi, or you will. Is Hyatt WBTV's? Brandon Hamilton asked. Yes, she replied. I work for WBTV. We're just trying to figure out what happened to Shanquella. Startled by the question, she quickly closed her car door and drove off without answering anything. Alice was a part of the group who hasn't had a lot of talk surrounding her as much as the other Cabo Sticks have. She had just lost her sister the day she went to Cabo with the others, a day before Shanquella passed away. Anita Hyatt, who was Alice Hyatt's sister, died October 28, 2022 from a gunshot wound from her boyfriend. Immediately after her sister was killed, Alice flew to Cabo, Mexico with her friends, and is now allegedly an accessory to the murder of Shanquella Robinson. She seemed like the one who could have shed more light on what happened to Shanquella, but she is still keeping up. She is awfully quiet and is said to have been the one who leaked the video of Shanquella being beaten. And although it's tragic to lose a sister, I can't imagine how she is feeling at this moment. However, she had ample opportunity to call the police while Shanquella was dying or even try to stop the fight. When given the opportunity to come clean, she ran away. Someone tried to justify what they did to Shanquella by claiming that Shanquella had set up their friend to be killed, and that's why she was brutally beaten like that. This news spread so much, and as it widened, its narrative changed to Shanquella having asked Alice's sister's boyfriend to kill his ex-girlfriend. That was a lie because there was no known relationship between the boyfriend and any of the friends who went to Cabo. Sadly, the two killings were coincidental, meaning the killing in Cabo had nothing to do with the killing in North Carolina. If this is the case, as someone who has lost family herself, Alice should have been on the front row trying to help Shanquella's family get justice for their daughter. The entire situation is known by just the Cabo Six, and they should all be made to confess. Sad that not only do the Cabo Six know what actually happened to Shanquella, but they have been lying about it from the very beginning and are still not saying anything. The lie started when Callie, Shanquella's best friend, called her mother on Saturday, October 29, 2022, and told her that Shanquella was resting and not feeling good, and that she had puked a couple of times. To Shanquella's mother, her daughter was just dealing with a bad case of hangover. After he told me that she was resting and not feeling good and that she had thrown up, I told him just to call us and keep us informed on how she is doing. Salamander, Shanquella's mother, said when Katie returned to the line, he told Salamander that Shanquella had alcohol poisoning. She didn't even know what alcohol poisoning was at the time, but since she trusted her daughter's best friend, she was a little calm and believed what he was telling her. He came back and told us it was alcohol poisoning, Salamander said. We were more calm, I guess because we trusted him and we kind of believed what he was telling us. Unfortunately, he was lying. Not the fact about their friend being gravely ill, but of what she was actually suffering from. From images that have been leaked online of medics attending to Shanquella's lifeless body, it seems that they quickly dressed her before they called for medical help to escape being caught up in legal trouble. Cabo Six returned to the U.S. a day earlier leaving their friend's body back in Mexico. Salamandra said that after Cavo 6 returned to the U.S., Calho brought Shanquella's luggage to the house and continued claiming that Shanquella had died from alcohol poisoning. He kept coming around the family, trying to make it seem like he was innocent and didn't know what had happened to Shanquella, and because the family had known him for a while, they trusted him and appreciated his efforts. Blindly, he kept coming around the house every day. His mom is with him. Salamander said one time he came to Salamander's house, bringing with him Winter Donovan and Ginny Jackson, two of the 3 girls that were with them in Mexico. Donovan and Jackson told Salamander and her family the same story. Kalu told them that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning. These are the same 2 girls that allegedly beat Shanquella to her death, with Jackson being the first and Donovan delivering the final blow. I got a call from somebody. I didn't even know who it was. And they stated that they were over there fighting that girl, and that's the way they left it, just like that. So someone just called you, said that, and then hung up and hung up. Said they were over there fighting home? No. Why they keep telling alcohol poison? By that time, Shanquella's family had been receiving calls from someone claiming her daughter had been in a fight, and there was no blood poisoning at all. Obviously, the family asked the 2 girls, and they wept bitterly, denying the fighting allegations and claiming no one fought. They was crying and saying they never had a fight. They even sit here and say they were picking out what they was wearing to the funeral. They sit down here. We were talking about what colors we was going to wear and what we're going to do. And they sit here and say pick out what they was wearing to the funeral. The public believes that Alice must have been the one who made the calls if she was also the one who leaked the video of Shanquella and her assailant. She herself never went to Shanquella's house, maybe out of guilt or fear, and so she wasn't able to tell her part of the story. While the Cavo 6 was busy saving face and lying, Shanquella's autopsy report appeared and revealed that her death was not related to alcohol. Instead, it showed that she had a broken neck and a cracked spine,